Is India benefiting from Ukraine's suffering? Ukraine surely believes so. In a recent interview to a news channel, Ukraine's foreign minister targeted India over imports of cheap Russian oil. Hello and welcome to India Today. I'm Anjali Istiwal, and in this video, we try and answer this very question. Is India benefiting from Ukraine's suffering, or is Europe choosing to impose its version of morality on India? Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister, while speaking on India's oil trade with Russia, said the opportunity for India to buy Russian oil at a cheap price comes from the fact that Ukrainians are suffering from Russian aggression and dying every day. The Ukrainian minister added that it was morally inappropriate. European and American media has also been extremely harsh of India's stand on Russian oil imports. This has led to India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar regularly fielding questions from India's domestic journalists as well as Western media about India's imports of Russian oil. In a recent press conference, Mr. Jaishankar put the spotlight back on Europe's cozy oil and gas deals for decades and questioned their double standards. Armed with data, S. Jaishankar reiterated the claim that Europe continues to be Russia's top market for its energy exports. The minister said the European Union between February 24th and November 17th has imported more fossil fuel from Russia than the next 10 countries combined. If I have to give you an India comparison, the oil import in European Union is like 6 times what India imported. He added gas is infinity times because we don't import, whereas European Union has imported 50 billion euros worth. Even coal imports from Russia by European Union, he added that I'm not singling any particular country, is 50% more than India's import. Mr. Jaishankar also pointed out that Europe's disdain for Russian fuel is pushing oil prices for India and other buyers. As it turns away from Russia, Europe ends up sourcing more oil from West Asia, which has increased prices for traditional buyers like India. On Monday, the G7 price cap on Russian oil supply through maritime routes came into force. In light of EU's hunger for Russian energy, India's attempts at trying to secure cheaper fuel for its population's needs is understandable. India has a long history of political and cultural ties with Russia, and the G7 price cap is also expected to arm India with a bargaining chip to demand a further discount from Russia. India has increased its oil imports from Russia as it battles to insulate its people from global inflation. Recently, Hardeep Singh Puri, who is the Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, also prioritized the needs of Indian population over support for the Western outrage over the war. He said the Indian government has a moral duty to provide energy to its people. India has not been told by anyone to stop buying oil from Russia. So while rich EU nations can take their euros to the West Asian oil markets, it is countries like India that are left thirsting for oil within their affordability. Russia, which made up for just 0.2% of all oil imported by India in March 2022, now makes up for 22% of India's total crude imports. Two other big suppliers with 38% share of oil imports are Iraq and Saudi Arabia. These are West Asian nations who are now being wooed by the Western Euro. As the pressure to supply on these nations increases from European Union, the prices will soar upwards, forcing India to buy more and more of the discounted Russian oil. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and also subscribe to India Today for more news updates.